Thank you. And I'd like to thank the committee for the opportunity to present on the behalf of my colleagues who are part of the PLUS Research Consortium. We're going to have no disclosures, however, the study and work is being funded by NIDDK, which I'll describe further. The Prevention of Lower Urinary Tract Symptoms Research Consortium is a multi-center transdisciplinary consortium funded by the National Institutes of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, NIDDK. Our goal is to establish the scientific basis for future prevention interventions to prevent LUTs and promote bladder health. Our emphasis is on changing the paradigm in how we think about this. And to do this, we've brought together 7 clinical sites across the United States and a number of different investigators that include the wide range of disciplines represented on this slide here. Together, we're looking at the paradigm currently being one of identification and treatment of symptoms for LUTs, and instead wanting to flip that to one that focuses on bladder health. And so in our process of this work, we've looked at defining what we mean by bladder health, and it's a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being related to bladder function, and not merely the absence of symptoms. Healthy bladder function permits daily activities, adapts to short-term physical or environmental stressors, and allows optimal well-being. My colleague, Dr. Jerry Lauder, will be presenting on this working definition tomorrow afternoon. In looking at a conceptual framework to support our work, we began to look beyond just the biological aspects of understanding LUTs and looked at the intersections of other models that have been brought together that consider the synergies and experiences between the biologic, the social, and the psychological that influence health and wellness. As we've done that, we also branched out to use the social ecological model, which also includes a number of public health perspectives in understanding the interface from the personal as the individual all the way through the public policy and environmental aspects of what influence our experiences of bladder health. Bringing this together, we moved to another model in understanding the ways that these interactions occur, which was the Society Behavioral Biology Nexus. In exploring this model by Glass and McAtee, we understood that you get much more of an understanding and appreciation of the intersections between the social environmental and its expression through embodiment in the biologic dysfunction of LUTs. And so by bringing these two components together, we then applied this model to an adaptation that would serve our consortium needs. The Working Plus conceptual framework, then, is what you see before you. In this model, we bring together the social ecological elements of society and community, institutional, interpersonal, and individual behavior through the biologic aspects, branching from the beginnings of genetics, the hormonal environment, the microbiome, and then comorbid medical conditions that together influence the expression of LUTs conditions. We also highlight that we look at this across the lifespan, recognizing the different elements of inflection and experience that influence the expression of disease. As we brought this all together then, it really aided us in thinking more broadly about prevention. And we were able to generate a list of risk and protective factors that were nested in the levels of influence that we used as a prompt to consider the different factors that are often outside of what one might treat from the perspective of a medical condition, and instead intersected with policy, environment, community, essentially the way people live their daily lives. Through our consortium, we generated over 600 risk factors that have since been reduced to over 400 that remained after prioritization of the elements. We put those together in broad themes and are currently working through a model where we're identifying opportunities for intervention and ways to promote prevention by looking at these different research theme areas. As we bring this all together, it's our hope as a consortium that we'll be able to prevent the risks and promote the protective factors that will influence lifelong health and well-being. Thank you.
This is very interesting proposal. Do you think that could be also extended for pelvic organ prolapse as a project?
Absolutely. I think it offers an opportunity to really push us beyond the boundaries of our disciplinary thinking, often medically, to think about all the intersecting areas that influence. And I think our previous keynote speaker, looking at vaginal delivery, highlighted all of those opportunities to think about ways to intersect all the influences on those types of diseases.
Thank you.
Are there any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.